There is a quiet storm happening behind the scenes of someone's life, and it has everything to do with you. You felt the distance, haven't you? That slow fading of conversations that once felt endless. The sudden cold breeze where warmth used to live. One day they were present, laughing at your jokes, sharing random thoughts, making you feel like you had a safe place in their heart. And then, little by little, they disappeared. Maybe they stopped texting back as fast. Maybe they cancelled plans more often. Maybe their eyes started looking away when yours searched for answers. And though they didn't say much, the silence was loud enough to keep you awake at night. You wondered, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Did they stop caring? What you don't know, and what's about to come to light, is that their withdrawal wasn't about you being unworthy. It wasn't because you weren't enough. It wasn't because love vanished overnight. It was because they've been carrying something heavy, something they didn't know how to tell you. People often think that distance equals disinterest, but sometimes distance equals protection. A clumsy, painful attempt to protect you from their chaos, their struggles, or their vulnerability. The truth is, they've been hiding a secret. And soon, that secret will come to the surface. It might be a wound they never showed you, a mental battle they were afraid would scare you away. It could be family pressure, financial stress, or a health scare they didn't know how to share. It could even be heartbreak from long before you came into their life. A fear of loving again because the last time hurt so deeply that they swore they'd never feel that fragile again. Some nights they typed out messages to you, long confessions about what's going on, only to delete them because fear took over. Fear that you'd see them differently. Fear that you'd pity them. Fear that you'd leave. So instead, they did the thing that felt safest. They pulled away. They watched your name light up on their phone and ignored it. Not because they didn't want you, but because they were afraid of what honesty might change. They smiled in front of you when inside they were breaking. They told you they were busy, when in reality they were fighting battles that had nothing to do with time and everything to do with pain. But life has a way of pushing truth to the surface. The weight of secrets gets too heavy to hold. And this person, the one who went silent, the one who drifted, the one who has kept you guessing, is approaching a breaking point where they can no longer hide. It might not be a dramatic confession under the stars. It might come quietly, in a phone call, a text that feels heavier than usual, a trembling conversation where they finally let the walls down. But it's coming. And when it does, so many unanswered questions will finally make sense. You'll understand why they couldn't stay present when you needed them. You'll understand the tears you never saw, the storms you were never invited into. You'll understand that it wasn't rejection. It was fear, shame, pride, and a longing to be enough for you, but not feeling strong enough to try. And when that moment comes, you'll have a choice. You can let anger speak, because yes, they hurt you. Or you can let compassion guide you, because hurt people often hide, and love sometimes gets lost in silence. Remember, understanding doesn't mean tolerating pain forever, but it does mean seeing the human behind the mistake. If you still have love for them, you'll know whether this truth deserves a second chance. If you've healed past the waiting, you'll be able to release them with peace, knowing it was never about your worth. Some of you reading this have spent months questioning yourself, doubting your value, replaying conversations, and wondering what you did wrong. Let this message tell you, it was not your lack of love that pushed them away. Sometimes the most broken hearts hide behind the biggest walls. Sometimes the ones who seemed cold are just terrified of being seen. The secret they hold may shake you, it may soften you, it may even bring tears, not just for the hurt they caused you, but for the quiet suffering they carried alone. But know this, truth is always better than silence. Honesty, even if late, is the first step toward healing. Whether that means healing together or finally letting go. You didn't lose because you loved. You didn't fail because someone couldn't meet you where you were. You showed up. You cared. You stayed kind when confused. And soon, clarity will arrive. When they finally speak, you'll realize something powerful. Their pulling away was never proof that you were unlovable. It was proof that love sometimes collides with fear, and fear can be louder until it's not anymore. So breathe. Stop blaming yourself. Stop replaying the distance as a reflection of your worth. A conversation is coming. Answers are coming. And with them, peace is coming too. Affirmations. I release the need to blame myself for someone else's silence. I'm worthy of love that is honest, open, and fearless. Clarity and truth always find their way to me. If this message touched you, take it as a gentle reminder. Silence doesn't always mean rejection. Sometimes it means someone is fighting a battle you can't see. And very soon, the truth will set both hearts free. One to heal, one to love, and both to finally breathe again.